France's leftist coalition pulls off shock victory and upset for far-right and Macron-centrist government. In France, the recently formed leftist coalition, the New Popular Front, pulled off a surprise victory in the second round of parliamentary elections Sunday. The left-green alliance came together in a bid to stave off the far right, after Marine Le Pen's National Rally Party made major advances in the first round and in recent EU elections. But the New Popular Front, which won 182 seats in the National Assembly, still fell short of the 289 seats required for an absolute majority. Sunday's results came as a major blow to not only the far right, but to French President Emmanuel Macron, who called the snap election in hopes French voters would keep his centrist coalition in place. Macron's Prime Minister Gabriel Attal offered to resign, but Macron asked him to stay on temporarily. The head of the Progressive France Unbowed Party, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, spoke following his coalition's victory Sunday. So basically, like what's going on here is like a lot of these governments that are in place right now, they're having some major swings in Europe as far as governments are concerned.
Yeah.
They were able to hold on to theirs right here, but I know in the UK they've had some a major shift over to the Prime Minister of the UK, the guy who was just in office there. I know he just got knocked out of power.
Yeah.
The Indian guy, I don't know what they were
Sunak.
called. Yeah, they got rid of his ass.
Rishi Sunak.
And so this is getting to the point to where these governments in the UK and you got, I think Germany just had some type of election or something going over in Germany as well. I think that might be so these governments over here are kind of moving around and shifting away from the positions that they were in before a little bit. This one was kind of it almost went right. If it would have went, I think, if it went the other way from Macron, this would have pretty much like upended the entire, EU at this point in time. These guys were looking more to pull out of the EU agreement. And so it's good for the EU right now, because I think France is the second strongest basically government besides Germany in the EU.
Yeah.
They lose France. The EU's over with. And
UK shifted back there too. And do you think the UK is going to go back to the EU?
I don't see them going back to the EU. I think a lot of that is they don't like the EU based off the fact of just immigration policies I think they have in place. I mean, just all being connected to you're connected to even the countries who aren't as strong as what you are, as far as financially.
Yeah.
You're so I don't know if they want to do that. They got their own currency right now.
I like how the French people came out. They were like, they were screaming, "Hey, love wins. Love always wins.
Mm-hmm.
Love always wins." And like they were cheering in the streets and stuff, which is it's a big shift for them. They rejected the right-wing policies, just like the UK just did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In America, hopefully they follow suit too. Like, this way of you want to hold on to this old life. We over that.
Mm-hmm.
We done moved on. Is what we're doing perfect? Nah. There's things that we can tweak. Yes. But we're at the good for everybody, not just for a small group so you can feel better about yourselves. Yeah.
And I mean, you hope all this leads to, a stronger front against the people who we are having to worry about, which is like China and Russia. I know that may not be a popular stance, but that's just the way I feel about it.
I ask all those people, you were so happy about the tax cuts happening here in America. How do you feel about them now? A lot of people are like, I'm going to have more on my income tax at the end of the year or my taxes and all this stuff. Look, nah, it didn't work out for you. It worked out for everybody that's rich.
Yeah.
That were already rich because they just got richer. But the rest of us are a struggle. I saw gas at $4.98 today and I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, it went down.
You look at, even like in countries like Iran right now, they just elected a new president over there since they lost their last one in the
plane crash.
Yeah, Iran elects new moderate candidate Masoud Pezeshkian or something like that as new president. Voters in Iran have elected Masoud Pezeshkian as its new president. The reformist candidate defeated hardliner Saeed Jalil on Saturday. Pezeshkian is a heart surgeon who had served as health minister under President Mohammad Khatami. Pezeshkian has criticized Iran's mandatory hijab law for women and has promised to disband Iran's morality police. He spoke in Tehran on Saturday. So this is their new president now that the last one who passed away in the plane crash is gone. So they've been able to they allowed I think 5 or 6 people to run. They had a few people they told them you can't run the president at all. Because pretty much their president is almost like a figurehead. The supreme leader runs the country.
Yeah.
The president has small He's
He just
basically
gets
for the
told what to do.
people.
He's a figure. When everyone gets mad, they blame him.
He's basically for the people to feel like they have an elected voice somewhere.
Yeah, Supreme Leader's like, yes, let them have their puppet.
Exactly. That's pretty much exactly what it is, man. So they feel like they're a Democrat, democratically elected government, that they have that in office, but it's just not true. So I mean, it's pretty crazy right there. Like when you think about it, that they were able to get to this point. And they have a person who's a little bit more moderate. He's talking about getting rid of the hijab law. That's a pretty big thing. I think their people there are
That's my favorite adult
they're
films.
happy, huh?
What? Nothing. Keep going. My bad.
Which this guy's crazy. But I think their people are really happy about what's going on, because they feel like it right now. Iran needs to start loosening the reins.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're going to lose it. That's all it is to it. Their people know it. The people are sick and tired of all the different laws. They got morality police. They got all kinds of stuff that they have to deal with.
Yeah, I remember the women were protesting in there. A couple of them died, because they don't want to have to wear them all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
but let us know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, listen. This is Uncommon Courtesy.